the thing that can turn back the money to pay back, but we may not have the capital to jumpstart those things to pay back. So if you starve us of the money, you may have problem in even paying back what we had before. Let me give you an example. If you have known issues where some bank flew out somebody that was owing the heavily, who became sick, so he can get well and come back to pay his debt. So those are issues in borrowing. So what I'm saying, as far as that is concerned, they've actually seen the need to, they've seen that we have the capacity, we have the population. Like I said, we can dominate West African coast in terms of relative.
Yeah, but if
that's why I kept talking about refinery. Honestly, each time I come in here, it's a major thing that pains me that we keep like queue up everything when we have raw material from the ground. So if Chinese can even come in and solve that for us, we dominate West African coast.
But if you look at it, it looks like a two-way for them. They are looking also to developing agriculture, not just the refinery. But one wonders how they're going to do that, agriculture for us. And we thought that would have been something that Nigeria as a nation by now should have been exporting its expertise and maybe technological know-how in the field of agriculture. So what is it that you think that the Chinese government is going to take away from Nigeria?
Okay.
Because it doesn't look like Santa Claus giving out all of this without taking anything home.
I will look at it from the side of Chinese population. If they've been able to feed their population, which means the agricultural system has been okay, and we are not near their population for any bit. So that is one is that I like you to look at it. So if we can find a way they are able to feed their population with that, then would have solved a lot of things about agriculture. And I think too that the major problem with agric is we still run the agric in the same old system we used to do it. The world has moved beyond that, and most of the people we consult for, we've seen the need. There are funds here and there, the CBN intervention fund for agric. Those things need to be funded for SME. If these funds they are getting are channeled to some of those areas, it will help to have low interest rate, fund with low interest rate to fund agricultural projects. That's one other way. And it could help to bring out other area of processing which will not be used to here. And the value chain for agric is quite huge. So if we're able to study the model and we're able to come up with a value chain thing that create employment in each value chain, then we've solved a problem with agric. But continue to do agric in the same method we've done it before will not move us anywhere at all. So I think to that extent, I think it's a good move.
You know, looking back inwards, because yes, they've gone, not every Nigerian or every businessman can go out there and borrow.
Yes.
We have challenges here. Why is it that the banks can't give some of these loans at a single-digit interest rate and then resuscitate the economy?
No, we've always said that before. The bank cannot, it's difficult to just ask for a single-digit interest rate because there are a lot of things that go into interest computation. We have overhead, so many things I can't discuss in the like that. Until those issues are addressed, interest rates cannot go beyond. That's why you have the intervention fund at 9%, which CBN, as in when you look at the former economy, the government of the former PDP or whatever, they saw the need to intervene in some of the basic critical areas, and they create some intervention fund in BOI and CBN at 9% per annum. Those are things they found critical. But you need fund to actually fund those things so that they can. But to answer you straight, interest rate is not, it's only after we've addressed infrastructural thing, addressed power, addressed all the issues that will make things to be stable, then the competition of interest rate will drop gradually.
So how are we going to fund this loan if we keep borrowing?
No, that's why I told you, like those loans, there could be special concessionary interest from those who are borrowing us to enable us borrow at low interest to those who will use it. Like I said, intervention like agric. So once they borrow to those guys and they're able to use it, they pay back. There's also amortization, the period for you to plan before you start paying. You know what I'm saying? A moratorium period, I was trying to say. So if they have arranged such a way that yes, you have good moratorium period, that's especially like agric, because you can't expect to plan today and get income to pay the following day. You must have a period of moratorium where the thing will it start yielding fruit before you start selling, and then you have a payback. So if those have been agreed, then it gives us a greater source of funding for some of our great projects and great sectors here.
You know, if you try to put on a scale the amount of seriousness we've put into agriculture, do you think this is worth going into? I mean, now as we speak, the Chinese government, they already have a university, one of the biggest, which is solely for agriculture, University of Agriculture in China. And this is not the first time we've always talked about back to the land, back to the green revolution, let's look inwards, let's go back to the soil. And this is 2016. In the life of Nigeria, we've always talked about agricultural development, which we still have not been able to get a hold of. Do you think with such loan coming, and with maybe such expertise coming also from the government and the University of Agriculture in China, we just might be getting ourselves out of the back and forth move in the agriculture sector?
I think we have no choice now. It's like when we had Biafra War, some of you were not here. The people in Biafra were, out of necessity, were forced to manufacture bomb. Do you get what I'm saying? We don't have a choice now, because first the oil thing is down and you don't see that coming up so soon. So we have no choice but to move. Like you said, those things were there before now. We kept talking about it, but first we have cheaper source of funding. Our people, because by nature we are spoiled people. We got free thing, we just share and move on, and that's why people had time to stack money out and all those stuff. But I am saying, in the present arrangement, the oil price is down, and you don't see it coming up to that $100 and above in the next time. I think even the state are getting to see the need for them to engage in agri. And those who move faster before us are getting dividend of those such innovative move. And I want to say too that individuals need to go. You can't imagine. Recently I heard about our state, the Lagos state and the northern state collaborating to do big project. Tomatoes, we still go buy imported tomato. We have land all over the place. I went to a project in the north, somebody to call us to, saw massive land for rice. Those things were allowed to lie fallow. So I think it is the necessity has pushed us to go back to the land. And that's why I appreciate the move. If now we have no choice, and then we have access to how to do agri in a better manner and to be more productive in terms of the yield, then we've got it solved. So I'm here, even the richest man, Dangote, has gone into tomato somewhere. So those are things that I think will help to grow this country. So I want to say that there's no better time would have gone than this. The other ones were just because we're...
So they can always come back and sign the budget?
I think you need to sign it. I mean, to me, as a finance person, I'm so vexed because the economy were at a standstill. For all to operate 4 months without a plan, I think it's not the best. A budget is a statement of intention and plan. It can always be reviewed anytime. So I expected, having gone through the back foot for the first 3 months, and they finally got an analysis, sign it for us and let us know where the economy is going. Because everybody is at a standstill, nobody knows where it's going. After you sign it, you would have, that's really what would have made you to know where I need to borrow money. You know what I'm saying? You are trying to cure a gap.
So do you think this trip now, maybe when they return, you see it having either an immediate impact, or we wait for a while and then see it unfold?
I don't see why you should wait for a while any further, because we are all suffering. They need to open up, let us know where we are heading to. The National Assembly have done their job. The fact that one man is saying one thing was omitted, you should not hold this economy in a state where we cannot move. I like what the people talk about, management by objective. A budget is not structured around one person. Move everybody along to do a budget and let everybody contribute to the budget. Then we have a plan. We work with a plan. And as we go, if you have need to go back and correct, you also correct. Nothing is cast on stone. So at the time the thing was done, that's really how they saw it, because it's looking at the future. And as it starts to unfold, new things will come up. The environment is dynamic. Nothing is static. You know, as we start to push in all this fund, other things will start to unfold. And it's for us to now let's take advantage of what we are saying. Let's move on this way and move. That's why I started with my statement that I expected, having tried to get into power, the new APCs now, they want to do a change. They will first of all give us a 4-year plan that will say, okay, for these first 4 years, this is what I'm going to do. And that 4 years is bringing that to annual budget. You know, so this maybe my challenge could be maybe they were not really there. They needed time to study the economy, the environment, which I think 1 year is enough for them to have studied it now. But having done this bit, you need to now give us a plan. Do a medium-term plan and a short-term and annual plan. And then we now know where you're going. Investors will now have faith in us. They will come in anywhere to invest in this country because you now say, okay, this government is here for 4 years. This is what they have to do for the next 4 years. So if I move in here, my money is safe. You know what I'm saying? And by the time democracy is grown, like we've seen in the present arrangements, transition from PDP to this, investors will no longer be afraid that if you go, like this trip now, which is showing continuity, which is quite encouraging. Investors will no longer be scared that if I put my money here, if this government goes, money is gone. So I think that's what I want to encourage.
All right, then Mr. Eddie Osarenkhoe is the former president, Finance Houses Association of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on today.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Just to give us a moment, we'll be back.